Well, I just finished school. Today was the day. I am on my way to the hospital, actually. Hey y'all, it's Danny. Long time no see. We're gonna have a mukbang. I have Chipotle, the food of the gods. So we'll just get started. If you're expecting a fancy sort of video, this ain't it. So a lot has been happening in my life. Where are my beans?
I was eating those beans. Are you fucking insane? I was eating those beans!
Is this what you like? The big thing that I have personally been struggling with is my mental health. When I got back from school, it was like I was on this high, and then 2 weeks in, it's gotten to the point where I miss a lot of school. Might be moving across state. If any of y'all know, I live in North Cal, and I might be moving to Los Angeles. I don't know if that's what is going to happen, but that's what I'm hoping for. Yeah, a lot of change has been going on in my life. Writing got put on the back burner. My goal was to finish outlining the second draft at the end of fall. October is finished. Failed that one real hard, and that was the main one. I'm not doing nano. I don't know if... I'm sure I will one year. But this year I had much bigger priorities. I was very depressed, but I did read a lot of books, which is fantastic. Most of them were for school, actually, and the rest were rereads. The first one that I finished reading was actually Frankenstein, and I don't know how I feel about it. It wasn't good. It wasn't bad. I feel, you know, it feels very weird when you try to write a review for classics, because, like, especially when you're a teenager like me, your opinion isn't valid because you're so young. Next book I read was In the Time of the Butterflies. It was good up until the ending, which kind of ruined it because I was expecting a lot more. So I gave that 3 out of 5. The next book I read was The Count of Monte Cristo, and if you follow me on Instagram, which you should, on my Instagram stories, I was just ranting about this book because I hated it so much. Oh my god. The Count of Monte Cristo by Alexander Dumas is... I know it's a classic, and I don't care that I hated it because, fuck, I really did not like that book. These are a bunch of the other books I read, which Between Shades of Grey by Ruthie Sapeti is absolutely amazing. This is a reread. The Time Traveler's Wife, Andrine Defender, my favorite book of all time, by the way, and that's a reread. And then Room by Emma Donoghue, which was also a reread. All of those rereads were read by audiobook, which I've just now started taking advantage of my local library's free audiobooks and free ebooks, which I didn't even know existed. Like, I knew they were a thing, but I just assumed that my library was like so far behind that they didn't have it, which... Is there anything else that I read? I don't know. Yeah, I think that was it. I read 6 books, which is a lot for me. I've been in a reading slump. I'm very critical because I've studied the art of literature for so many hours that I can see through flaws so easily, and it's no longer fun anymore. As far as my manuscript, I started the second draft of the first book of the duology that I'm writing, and I am currently just over 36,000 words, which is good, but a lot slower than what I'm used to. When I wrote my first ever real novel, which was about last year, and it took me about 3 months? 3.5, 3, very specific. But yeah, I shoot through first draft really fast because I don't edit as I go, and I'm trying to amend that. Logically, I know that it's going to be better in the long run because when I do edit, the second draft is going to be a lot cleaner, and it's going to be like the 20th draft or something ridiculous like that. I look wonderful, by the way. I know. All the male sci-fi nerds are going to be oohing at my magnificent form. I don't really know how to start outlining the second draft because I want to know whether I'm going to be moving to LA to start outlining again and to get deep into it. But then I don't know if I'm using that as an excuse to procrastinate on it. So it's just been hard. Realize that there are some things that I should be putting forward of writing. I make such like a huge habit of drafting and writing and editing, but I never take time to take care of you and making YouTube videos and blogs and all that stuff, which is a lot of fun. I love writing. Not just writing, but like the writing community. It's so much fun. And it's so awesome to be surrounded by successful people. The writing community is just so accepting. And when I first came into the writing community, I was expecting to be kind of alienated from the writing community because I am so young. And I haven't really faced that at all, which is wild because it's weird to imagine that women who are my mom's age, we share the same goals and they're talking to me as an equal, which is really weird to think that like a 40-year-old woman is talking to a 16-year-old girl as an equal. This community is genuinely a lot of fun. And I do want to get back into it. I don't know how this mukbang is gonna go. But honestly, at this rate, at my health, there is no way that I'm going to manage to write a script and oh my god. I'm very open about my illnesses in real life. And I still don't know how I want to approach it with online. Because I've had a history of being too open with my life online, which is not good, but we're gonna talk about this anyway because it's a important part about me.
Hey y'all, so apparently I gave like no trigger warning whatsoever to a highly triggered topic. Like, trigger warning, if you can't tell, I'm gonna be talking about eating disorder, specifically anorexia. I'm not gonna be talking about methods or anything, I'm just going to be talking about how I struggled. Cool.
I used to have really bad anorexia when I was 12 to 14, all throughout junior high. I was cold all the time. I was like really hairy. I fainted in class a few times, and I still have bad days, but the fact that I'm eating a huge burrito, making a mess of my already very messy bedroom, the fact that I'm eating a burrito in front of potentially dozens of people is fantastic. What I will say is that if you are struggling with that, you're not alone. There is hope at the end of the tunnel. Like a couple years before, I wouldn't be caught dead eating in public. And honestly, I feel like eating on film is a lot more vulnerable. You don't get to see the other person's reaction. It's been really important for me too, that I'm not getting paid for writing yet. I deserve to enjoy the luxury of having it be a hobby still and a passion. There's been some incredible people that have helped me throughout this sort of ordeal I'm going with in my personal life. My parents, they genuinely want the best for me, and I really appreciate that. I'm trying to remain thankful for the little things. Like when I wake up and I kind of already know it's gonna be a meh day. Just trying to be grateful for waking up in a bed with blankets and having clean water at my disposal. While you're here, you can help me choose my next read. I have books that I have to read for school. I'm reading 4 books right now at the moment. I'm reading History is All You Left Me, which is for school. Reading Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen. I'm rereading this, and this is for school. I'm reading The Hating Game by Sally Thorne, and I'm actually really liking it, which is wild because I'm not really into romance. I'm also reading Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children. So let's review. Loving it. Haven't even opened it. With this book, I'm having a super hard time relating to the characters. In Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children, the beginning of the novel is kind of weird because I am feeling a lot of the same emotions that the main character is feeling. So it feels very weird. I do like it so far, but I do think that this personal thing that I have going on in my life and the MC has going on in his life, it ain't gonna click. A Simple Favor by Darcy Bell. It's being made into a movie, which I want to see the movie. The movie sounds good. This would be like thriller. And second, look at the cover. It's so beautiful. Wow, I love this cover. It's so gorgeous. And then the next one that I could potentially read is The Night Circus by Erin Mordstern. I just think that it's going to be something that I might like because it has a lot of the same things that I like in The Time Traveler's Wife and The Lonely Hearts Hotel. It's like romance with kind of a magical vibe to it. I do think that this has the potential to be a favorite. I need a push. And with this book, same thing. I need a push so that I can watch a movie. So, these are your two options. Comment down below which one I should read. Please, no spoilers, please. So that's it for the video. Subscribe down below. Hit that bell icon if you want to be notified every time I post a new video. Click that thumbs up. Comment down below. I love responding to your comments. All my social media links are in the description. I'm most active on Twitter recently, so you should hit me up. Don't forget to vote on either one. I'll see you next time. Bye! They put a lot of beans. Where are my beans? Is this what you like?